Guys, what do we need to know before kickoff today?
Well, good morning, Sam. There is no rush to bring back Drew Brees for the New Orleans Saints, and there's no timetable as to when he might return, casting doubt as to whether or not Brees will be ready for next Sunday's showdown against the Kansas City Chiefs in New Orleans. That means that today, Taysom Hill will make his fourth consecutive start. The Saints are 3-0 with him playing quarterback. They're 8-0 without Brees dating back to last season, and they're hoping to build upon that today in Philadelphia, Mort.
Adam, the Giants are bringing back Daniel Jones, who missed 1 week last week, a win over the Seattle Seahawks on the road because of that hamstring injury. But on Friday, he practiced in full. Joe Judge gave him the thumbs up after the training staff gave him the thumbs up. But don't expect that 80-yard run where he gets a chance to trip up down the field. They'll be happy with the fact that he has some mobility in the arm to connect for the first place Giants against the Arizona Cardinals. They are 5-7 and on a 4-game win streak. And then in Philadelphia, everybody knows the story about Jalen Hurts. He's in New Orleans today. He's taking over for Carson Wentz. He was named the starter for this week, but sources say that the expectation is that he'll start beyond this week. And certainly Doug Peterson has a package for him. It's not unlike what you saw in college at Oklahoma or Alabama. You see a lot of the run options, short passes. He does like to throw downfield like he did last week against Jalen Reagor. He's a strong, fast, hard to take down physical runner. So Jalen Hurts for the Eagles today, Adam.
And more, for the time being, the Philadelphia Eagles intend to keep Carson Wentz, but they are on the clock. The Eagles must make a decision by the second day of the league year in March of 2021, because on the third day of the league year, Wentz's $22 million base salary for 2022 becomes fully guaranteed, and his roster bonus of $10 million also is paid out. So even though the organization is saying all the right things about Wentz for now, and even though they are tied to him financially, there are some decisions that loom in the future, but for now, they do intend to keep him. They don't plan on trading him, and the cost, frankly, is prohibitive, Sam, if they do.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation, guys. It's a position that Carson Wentz has never been in his time in the league. So I'm not saying you're an expert at this, Matt, but what's it like for him? What's it like to be benched?
Yeah, listen, it stinks. Like, it's humiliating. You feel like, one day you're the most important piece of the puzzle to the team. You're like the newspaper, and then the next day you're yesterday's newspaper, and you feel like you have no value. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. And I would just say this, though. I think that you can take one step back to take 2 steps forward. I remember early in my career in Seattle, I was benched. I wasn't playing well. I was trying to do too much. And Trent Dilfer came in, and he ran the offense exactly the way the coaches asked him to run it. He was like, hey, you want a completion on this play? I'm going to get you a completion. And I sat there and watched this out-of-body experience, and I thought, man, if and when I ever get my chance again, I'm going to play different. Like, if they want that, that's what I'm going to give them. And I think that's what Carson Wentz has the opportunity to do. Jalen Hurts is going to go out there and he's going to run the offense the way that it should be. He's like a rookie, basically. I'm going to go out, I'm going to get completions. I'm going to stay ahead of the change. It's going to be 2nd and 5. He's not going to lead the league in interceptions and turnovers and sacks. He's just going to play within the system, within himself. And I would expect Carson Wentz will get another shot at some point, and we'll see a better version of him. But right now, Sam, it's miserable. It is absolutely miserable. You want your team to win, but you're hurting, you're struggling, and you just don't even have the words and the emotions right now.
Yeah, and if you're Carson Wentz's teammate, you hope he's upset. You hope that this bothers him because, truthfully, everybody needs a slice of humble pie once in a while in their careers, and that's what he got served up. So I think it's important. You've got the experience you're talking about, who he is now, because Jalen Hurts is the quarterback now. Can he be in that supportive role? The only example I have is when Brady was named starter over Drew Bledsoe. Back when Brady took off, Drew was upset. Drew was really upset. People that close to him knew how upset he was. He just got a big contract. This is my team. Behind closed doors, yes, he voiced his opinion. But still, he was supportive to Brady on the sideline. He was a resource for Tom. Can Carson Wentz fulfill that role?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, you guys make phenomenal points right there. But Sam talked about how this has never happened to Carson Wentz before, but it sure feels like it's happened before, doesn't it? Like, it almost feels like he got benched during that Super Bowl run. He didn't. He was injured. So this is all new to him. And you're right, Matt. If he responds this way and he's willing to, to respond this way and to take that outside look, this might be the best thing for him. But is he that type of guy? I guess that's what we'll find out in the future.
You know, for there being a quarterback controversy in Philly, I've said for the last couple of weeks, maybe the coach Peterson sitting him down may bring the best out in a guy like Carson Wentz. Well, I would just want to talk about what I seen last week in a guy like Jalen Hurts against the Green Bay Packers. The touchdown drive he threw to Greg Ward Jr., how subtle he was in the pocket, how he moved. Matt, you just talked about running the Philadelphia Eagles offense, being able to get the ball out, going to your second and third read. I see a guy like Jalen Hurts being able to do something like that. They have their work cut out against them today, but I like what he's doing in the pocket, being able to deliver the ball to the pass catchers that they paid his money to.
But is this good for him? Like, if you're Jalen Hurts, you got to know the leash is very short when you've got a guy that's making $100 million sitting on the bench waiting to get back in. And from Adam's report, like, by all intents and purposes, in terms of Philly's perspective, they're expecting to get Carson back. So how long is the leash? You throw a couple picks and you're pulled?
We talked about the reset button that was needed by Carson Wentz. You can tell Doug Peterson was trying to coach him out of his struggles, and that just wasn't happening. And so this is your last resort, and you have to do it. I think it's good for Carson Wentz. I mean, I think of the situation that he's been in for the last couple years, and the Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl, and he had to watch. You know, and the guy that won the Super Bowl, that was the MVP, they got rid of. And they say, okay, Wentz, you're our guy, go do what he did. And maybe that pressure's been on him for so long that he needs to just step back a little bit and just start playing football and see it from a different perspective. Maybe that's good for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he carries himself on the sideline today.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.